Okay, so I promised I was going to do a video about the process. So I've always been overweight from a young age. I was bullied a lot, made to feel insecure by peers, family, um, and I always had an up and down battle with my weight. My lowest weight has been 170, and that was one time after I had my oldest. I lost weight using phentermine, which is a prescription controlled substance, and so I was losing about 10 pounds a month. But I was, it's an appetite suppressant, so I barely ate, and I worked out a lot. And then I had my twins. I wasn't that big when I had my twins. I was about 180. I went up to 215, and then I kind of stayed at 200, 210. I went down to 170 again. I got very sick. I got colitis, and kind of lost a lot of weight in the first couple of weeks of recuperating, and I decided that I was gonna, continue that. So I was going to the gym. I was eating clean, no processed foods, so lean meats, vegetables, no alcohol, no juice, no dairy, no milk or low-fat milk. And I think I kind of stuck with it for 2 years, but I wasn't working. So I would stay home all day, taking care of my kids, which is, being a stay-at-home mom is a lot harder than actually working out in the street. It's crazy. But I was working out 4 to 5 times a day, 7 days a week. So I became obsessive. I was always taking pictures, measuring, weighing myself, and kind of got obsessive. Like everything I did revolved around me working out. I didn't even want to take my kids out because I'm like, I can't go out, I gotta work out. Can't hang out, gotta work out. Mom, I'm hungry. Well, you have to wait because I have to work out. It got totally out of hand. When I started working, I started to gain weight quickly. I'm the kind of person that, I did all that work just to stay at 170. I wouldn't drop. But if I missed a workout, or if I decided that I was going to have a cheat meal or a treat, because it's not cheating, it's a treat if it's planned, I would gain 3 to 5 pounds just from a slice of pizza and a beer, which is not something that's normal. I kept going to my doctor, and we kept documenting my attempts, and to see what it is that was going on. I don't have a metabolic issue, no thyroid issue, so it wasn't that. It's just that's how I am. Started working, started gaining weight. Then I hit the 200s. She didn't want to give me any more phentermine because it's very bad on your heart, and I've been taking phentermine on and off since I was 19. I mean, I've tried everything. Slim fast, low carb, no carb, trim spa, a lot of different pills, a lot of different things that have gotten me sick, things that have stimulants in them, which I can't take because I suffer from anxiety, so it always felt like I was having an anxiety attack. I ended up in the hospital one time. I thought I was having a heart attack from taking the phentermine. It just got so crazy. So I decided that I want a weight loss surgery, but I didn't have the correct BMI. So honestly, I just ate. Truth be told, I spent a year trying to put on weight to qualify for the surgery, and I know this might piss some people off, but I did what I had to do, so I'm not here to be judged. I hit 260, so I gained about 80 pounds in a year. I went from a size 8 to a size 18. It took a lot, because I'm not a fast food fat girl. Like, I don't do McDonald's, Wendy's maybe 2 to 3 times a year. I'm not a big rice person, so I don't really have a sweet tooth. I like to eat meat. I'm a big carb person, like pastas, pizza, and beer, soda, the occasional nachos and cheese, things like that. So I got, in May of 2015, I went to my doctor. I told her that I wanted to get weight loss surgery. I had a surgeon in a hospital, Dr. Nan Koshi. He works out of St. Luke's, 1111 Amsterdam Avenue. That is where the bariatric facility is. He was referred to me by a friend of mine who had her bypass with him, and she was very, very successful. She looks amazing. So my doctor wrote me a preliminary letter stating, like my age, all the attempts, all the documented attempts, which is very important, all the documented attempts to manage my weight, and they gave me the referral. So I called, I made an appointment. My appointment was June 4th or June 6th of 2015. So I go, I print out like their packet from online, which kind of kills, to kind of have all my paperwork filled out and read up on the procedures. So I have my initial consultation. I filled out paperwork, got a big folder of testing that I was going to need to do. That same day they show you the video of all the surgeries. I believe the nutritionist speaks to you real quick. Then you get to meet your surgeon. It was like a 3-4 hour thing. You also get your blood drawn and you get your urine taken. And then from all the questions that they ask you, they develop this plan of what testing it is you're going to need in order to qualify for surgery. Because I have Health First, I had a year to kind of do everything so that, nothing would expire. If I would have gone past a year, then I would have had to start the whole process all over again, which would have been very irritating. So that was in June. So between June and July, I pretty much did all my testing. For me, because I occasionally choke while I'm sleeping, I had a sleep apnea test. Because of my situation, having kids and not having a lot of support, I was able to do the sleep study with iSleep, where they send you the sleeping device and you can do the sleep study at home. You just hook yourself up, go to sleep, and the next day you pack everything up and you mail it off to them. So I had to do a sleep study. I had to do an abdominal ultrasound. I had to do the barium swallowing test, which is like it's called an upper GI series. Basically, they have you drinking this really thick liquid, and they take pictures of how the liquid goes down to see if you have a hernia, or to check to see how bad your reflux is. So I did that. I had an EKG and I had a PFT, which is what I call the breathing test, where you go and you blow into the spirometer and it records your lung age. So yeah, sleep study, EKG, swallowing test, ultrasound, the breathing test. So I think it was 5 things that I needed to do. I completed all of that. I had the second consultation was in October. I needed 6 months of weigh-ins. That's the first thing. So every month I would stop by my doctor's office during my lunch break or after work and be registered and just weigh in. I didn't have to see my doctor for anything, like, for a consult. Like the staff, would just go weigh in. They would take my blood pressure, my weight, my temperature. They would put it in the system, and I would leave. So I did 6 months of that. So I needed 6 months to weigh in, and I needed to do all those tests. I had a consultation October 2nd to meet with the nutritionist and to get a surgery date. I could not get a surgery date until November, because November would have been 6 months of weigh-ins. Okay, so I met with the nutritionist October 2nd, I don't remember. And we sat down. She showed me the measuring cups. She explained to me the things that I'm going to have to be taking every day for the rest of my life, which is the multivitamin, the vitamin D3, and the vitamin B12. And we talked about different foods to eat, healthy foods, and she was very impressed With the fact that I had lost 10 pounds, which I regained during the holidays, that I had lost 10 pounds, and that I knew how to meal plan, and I knew how to eat healthy, that's not an issue for me. Meal planning works for me, even though I wasn't on a diet. I always meal plan, because if I don't meal plan, then things get crazy. So I meal plan. I have a specific time for breakfast, for snacking, for lunch, for snacking. I really slacked on the dinner. By the time I got home and done with the kids and homework and bath time, it's either too late to eat, or I'm just so tired I just want to go to bed. So I met with her. When I went in November for my surgery date, I was super excited. So remember, I had started this in June and we're already in November. My surgeon tells me that he can't give me a date. I was very, very disheartened and very disappointed, and he saw it in my face. He's like, "Don't look so disappointed, Miss Rodriguez. You know, you're gonna get the surgery, but there's some things that need to happen." One, when they did the testing all the way in June, this really pissed me off. When they took the blood and stuff at the hospital, they didn't call me, and I had H. pylori, which is a bacteria that we all have. Some of us have an overproduction of it, and now I knew why my stomach was jacked up all summer. So I had to take antibiotics for, oh my gosh, for more than 30 days. I was taking like 4 pills a day. So I had H. pylori. I needed to take care of that bacteria. The freaking antibiotics from the H. pylori gave me a yeast infection. So now I'm taking antibiotics and yeast medication because it just jacks everything up. Then something else came up. I had my gallbladder removed in 2010, and there seemed to be some kind of sac or something in the gallbladder area by the liver. See, but they already knew this because they did the ultrasound in July, but they waited all the way to November, because I could have done this shit already, all the way to November to get an MRI of the liver. I cannot get a CT scan because I'm allergic to shellfish and I can't have the dye. So, and I've never had an MRI with contrast. So I had to get an MRI with contrast. And on top of that, I did not know that I was supposed to start my birth control. So I had to start my birth control. I had put my birth control in Wednesday. My appointment with the surgeon was Thursday. So I had to take the birth control out once I got home, because I used a NuvaRing, and have like a clean system, because the NuvaRing has the highest rate for blood clots during surgery. So they wanted me clean and clear. So I didn't get to go back to Dr. Koshi till I think January. Yeah. So once I came out of the hospital, I had my pre-op clearance papers to get filled out by my doctor. So I went and I got the MRI. I finished my pills. I got the MRI with the contrast. Long and behold, I am allergic to MRI contrast, because 8 hours later, my ass broke out in hives. Like literally, I had hives from the waist down. It was very painful, very uncomfortable. So there is that. Then I went to my doctor, and we did the paperwork together. So I did my paperwork. I got an echo. I got more labs done. Another EKG. And she sent a whole packet with all my labs. She did the 6-month letter. You need to do a 6-month letter. So actually on the last weigh-in, there's a format that they have that the doctor has to type out with the 6-month letter, showing progress for the last 6 months of weight consultation. So, the doctors, they do their thing. We're all a team, so I kind of highlight what it is that I need them to specify in the letter, like all my health issues, and they go about it that way. So my letter was done. It was a wonderful letter. Had my letter done. The MRI was done. I finished my antibiotics, which killed me because the antibiotics actually made my stomach worse. But I was told this because it was killing the bacteria. So I had like a fucking war in my gut. And I did the echoes and the blood work and everything. I had my whole folder ready. Went to the doctor's office. Then in January, I was told that I was ready for surgery. So they asked what I wanted to pick because they do surgery on Mondays. And I said that I wanted to pick the 15th because it would have been the first official Monday of winter recess because I work in a school. And that is how I got my date. But from June all the way till now, it was like a back and forth. I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to get this surgery done. And like I said, I did my surgery at St. Luke's, 1111 Amsterdam Avenue with Dr. Ninan Koshi at the Bariatric Center. I made 2 friends at the Bariatric Center. We talk on a regular basis. And that was my whole process. I mean, some insurances are different. Some insurances require that you do 3 months of weigh-ins. And that's, this is something you want to do and your doctor's on board and you have a good doctor who supports your decision, then you might want to just pop into the doctor's office every month and already start the weigh-in. You might want to be able to get the weigh-ins out of the way before you even have your first consultation, which is something that I'm giving, as advice. You should start your weigh-ins. If you know you're a candidate, because you have to have a BMI of 40 or above. If it's a BMI of 36 between 40, you have to have like a comorbidity, diabetes, high blood pressure, something severe that affects your life and your health because you're morbidly obese. Other than that, it has to be, 40 or above without a comorbidity. And you have had to show, because a lot of insurance policies are very strict, you have to show that you have made several attempts over X amount of years to lose weight or keep it off. Like, you have to have that. And I had that. I've been struggling with my weight since I was 10 years old, and a lot of people ask, why are you getting it? Why can't you do it on your own? Why don't you just shut up? It's my body, it's my life. I'm making a choice to do it, and I'm choosing to tell you, because a lot of people were coming up to me, you must be eating real good because you're getting big. Yeah, I'm getting big with a purpose. I'm getting big because I want to get my BMI up, because I want to get surgery, because I'm not going to be able to lose any of this damn weight, and I'm just probably going to get bigger and bigger, and then I'm going to develop diabetes and cholesterol and high blood pressure and things that run in my family, which I don't have, and I hope to never develop. So everyone has an opinion, and I could really care less. So this is something that you want to be ready for. You want to have a good support system. You don't want someone to make you fucking cry 3 days before your surgery because they're not, all of a sudden they're not willing to be supportive. And those are the kind of little stupid things that I had to deal with Friday going into Monday. But what can I say? So basically those are the things that you need to do. If you're really gonna do this. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of gas pain. If you're really gonna do this, I suggest you start by consulting with your doctor, making sure that you're both on board, and start doing your weigh-in. If you see a doctor every month because you have to get prescriptions or whatever the case may be, then you're like ahead of the game. You have your weigh-ins. But comment, ask questions, share. There's a lot of people who want to get weight loss surgery who don't know, and that's why I'm here. I'm not an expert. You asked me about special needs kids and early intervention and disabilities and things like that, then we can get this ball rolling. But this is new for me, and you guys are coming along for the ride, and I just hope that I can give as much information as possible. I am a support. You're more than welcome to comment. You're more than welcome to ask questions. Please do. There's no taboo question. There is no question that's stupid. And like I said, I'm not going to hide anything. I'm very honest. I will try to do a daily video. I might not sometimes, especially that school starting on Monday. I might not be going back to work, and JoJo's not going back to school. But I can let you know how the hell it feels when you're stressed, or I'll come on and vent craziness. But I'm here as a support, and I could use support and encouragement, because sometimes, like, I just want to, honestly, I want to eat. Like, I am hungry. This liquid stuff is just not doing it for me. And it's not because okay, I am a fatty, but I'm genuinely hungry. Like, my stomach has hunger pangs and it growls, and no matter how much liquid I put in it, it's still, I'm human, and my stomach needs food. So I'm actually, I have to drink, because I should have started drinking at 8, but I did the video. So I have to drink before 9 o'clock comes in. Any questions, any concerns, any suggestions, anything you want to hear, just ask away. I took before pictures. I just don't know how to do a compilation of pictures to put on Facebook. I'm to put on Facebook. No, hells no. To put on YouTube. So I kind of figure it out, so I can show you guys my before pictures, and I will be weighing in. Even though I'm buying a scale tomorrow, I'm not gonna weigh. I'm not gonna touch it because I don't want to become obsessed. I will let you guys know how much I weigh at my appointment, which is next Thursday, and I'll also take measurements, because I probably didn't lose any inches, because it's probably all like water weight and stuff that I've lost. But I'll give you guys a heads up. Have a good night. I hope you guys have a productive weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, loves.